Divine woman, I guess it tastes like freedom. Hey y'all. My name is Ashley-Nicole Phillips, and you are tuned in to Kingdom Things Podcast with me, Ashley-Nicole Phillips. I am the biblically prophesied Messiah. I'm also the Mashiach, as well as the Hindu prophesied Kalki. Full circle moment alert, alert. So are you. Why, Ashley? We are in the age of unconditional love, or the age of unity, the remembrance that we are all one in the divine. I channel within my podcast energies and messages from the oneness of all things to assist in this time as we awaken in mass, in the masses, human consciousness, human beings of planet Earth. We awaken in the masses to the remembrance that we are one in God. We most readily term God in the divine, in infinite creation, in prime source. We are all having bouts of satori or spiritual remembrance, spiritual awakening from internal. Our internal environments are reminding us of the innate wisdoms or divine wisdoms, chakma, chakma meaning divine wisdom in Hebrew, bina, intuitive knowledge in Hebrew. We're awakening to our divine wisdoms, our chakma, our intuitive knowledge, bina, in this time of the mass awakening of the human consciousness. I channel within my podcast, again, energies and messages from the oneness of all things, or the Most High, or Shekinah, Elohim, God, in order, again, to assist us as we awaken in the masses. Whatever resonates with your heart space, I'm really glad and I'm happy. And I hope and the intentions are for Kingdom Things Podcast to assist you as you evolve into more of your limitless nature, conscious awareness of your limitless nature. There are many types of styles that we do within the podcast. We do the audio amalgamated types of Kingdom Things Podcast publishings, where I'm living my life and my soul's like, hey, I get a download or intuitive wisdoms come through. My soul's like, hey, Ashley, record this for the podcast. I'll have the recordings, my voice memos stitched together, and that's where you'll get the audio style Kingdom Things Podcast. Those are channeled nonetheless. And then we have the lecture style where I sit in front of the camera and the divine, the oneness of all things, where my soul speaks to me to share wisdoms with the planet as we awaken in mass, channeled nonetheless. As well as we have Kingdom Things Podcast meetups, where I transcendentally channel different spaces, places, beings, civilizations, consciousnesses, entities, deities within the oneness of all things that I'm guided to channel to assist us as we awaken in the masses. This is a Kingdom Things Podcast meetup, and I'm super excited. We are channeling the ancient Mayans, our ancient Mayan predecessors. I'm woefully excited. I'm super excited because
hey y'all, so normally when I use rhetoric that doesn't truly align with the diction, definition of the diction, I won't notate it or express why I use a word. I receive divine revelations from the words that I use. My soul's like, hey Ashley, why do we use this word? And I'll receive a divine revelation woefully excited. Before we channeled the ancient Mayan predecessors, they were like, hey Ashley, we're going to talk about things that, lifestyle choices that you're probably not going to like. So I did use the word woefully excited, woefully meaning in an unfortunate or deplorable manner. It was my soul prepping me to understand, utilizing diction to understand that what I channeled, what I received is what was supposed to be said. And it is true that, it's not something that aligns with my soul's innate wisdoms to utilize. Because I got, the Most High mandate, actually understand the sanctity of sex and share it with the world. You don't go into a chemistry lab and just start throwing chemicals and stuff together and just, all willy-nilly, not understanding what you're putting together, what you could possibly create, monsters, explosions, all the things. It's the same with sex. We're all unique energies and frequencies, powerful, abundant energies and frequencies. You don't just go laying with any other energy and frequency without understanding what you're creating in that, in the exchange, in the sexual exchange. Even if you don't make a baby, you're making a third energy that most likely isn't conducive to the evolution and growth of all things. That's why following your heart space and your soul with making your choices, including who you have sex with, is pertinent as a galactic being, as a conscious being in reality. Because every time you exchange in sex, you are creating powerful energies in existence that in our unconscious state, we were creating a lot of destitution, a lot of depravity. We're just laying with other energies that we weren't truly supposed to lay with. However you feel about this, your soul wisdom, ask your soul, how do we feel about this? And I'm sure you have a completely different take because you have a completely different soul path or soul evolution. And I'm excited for you to embody these understandings to help add your authentic pigment on the canvas of existence. I just wanted to share why woefully was used. I normally will use words that the diction doesn't really fit. Going forward, I will share the divine revelations that I received by the words that I used. And, hopefully it encourages you to search within for what these things mean to you and your soul, your authentic frequency. Back to the transmission.
Because I was guided to use the word woefully. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't know the specific definition, but I will look it up after this transmission. I am woefully super excited about this transmission. I grew up having, even when I was not so remembered, I was catalyzed onto my spiritual awakening journey about three and a half years ago. So I haven't always been so remembered to my magic. That is my innate magic. That is my oneness with divinity, my oneness with infinite creation, my oneness with the oneness of all things. But I growing up, I would watch Ancient Aliens on the History Channel because and the Mayans, ancient Mayan civilization was covered often. And I would watch other programs on the History Channel, Discovery Channel in regards to ancient Mayan civilization. And I now know it was a natural inclination to learn more about myself because our ancient Mayan predecessors are one with our modern day humanity. We are all one, links in the chain of evolution or infinity or God or creation. I don't have too much to preface in this specific transmission. A lot of the times I'll have a whole soliloquy, whole stories to tell about my own experience before we do our channelings. Not so much today. Today is like, ooh, the Mayans coming in, show and tell, teaching, sharing, and I'm excited. They're like, we're gonna cover a lot of stuff. We'll say some things that you might not like y'all might not like, but it's to help remember. It's to help evolve human culture, to help evolve our ancestry, to help evolve human culture. So they're like, we're going to say some things you might not like. I'm like, okay. They're like, some things that we did was, y'all might not like it, but it's like, we need to become aware of these things because we carry these energies around in our DNA. We carry these remembrances around in our DNA. It's the makings of us. So becoming aware of it, to drop into our heart space, ask our soul, hey soul, what is this supposed to teach me about myself? Which brings me to the Kingdom Things podcast, call to action. Sit with yourself for at least 1 hour a day, every day. Ask yourself, hey soul, hey limitless potentials. What is it that I need to know in this moment to consciously evolve into, align with more of my limitless potentials for the upliftment and wellness of all things, or universal alignment? Wait for the answers because they will come. Again, we're all awakening in mass and remembering the extrasensory perception gifts we have, the psychic abilities we have, the spiritual gifts we have to connect and convene and converse with the divine or the universes or the oneness of all things, or to perform divination, connect with ourselves intimately. Divination is truly connecting with ourselves in the most intimate, beautiful ways, or the oneness of all things. Again, sit with yourself for at least 1 hour a day, every day. Ask yourself, what can I learn? What do I need to know at this moment to become more of my limitless nature? Which brings me to the Kingdom Things podcast 2033 prophecy. By the year 2033, the oneness of all things says we will be a human culture of planet Earth. A human consciousness evolved to perceive and to co-create a human culture with no disease, no death, no war, no famine, world peace, no poverty. As disease, death, war, famine, and poverty were all manifestations of our gestational phases of the makings of us. We fell into a rung of dense energies or ancestral patterns that we would ignore. Instead of meeting ourselves, meeting the depression and anxiety on the inside, which was really our ancestor was our ancestors calling to be acknowledged, right? To go inside, ask ourselves, hey soul, what is this supposed to teach me about myself? What am I feeling? Learning about yourself to grow and evolve your energy. We fell into a rung of dense energies where we would run from ourselves, placate ourselves, and not meet ourselves emotionally, mentally, physically, in the ways that we needed to evolve into heightened conscious awareness of self. We're waking up out of this gestational phase or this amnesiac sac where we thought we were the only things kicking in the universe. We thought we were the only intelligent life form in the solar system, galaxy, universe. The truth is that is false. That is false. We are one of infinite intelligent colonies, civilizations, realms within creation, within our solar system alone, because there are many dimensions to creation. There are many dimensions to creation. So there are infinite realms and life forces and civilizations in our solar system alone, and the many dimensions of reality. Which brings me to the Kingdom Things podcast, Human Dharmic Purpose. The divine says we were created as biblically prophesied. We are created to be infinite potentials in the tangible, or a mirror to the divine in the physical. Our evolutionary history was intentional in order to curate, alchemize, create a stark compassion and unconditional love. An unconditional love mirroring mastery of the universal law of correspondence, as below, so above. Everything in my reality is a projection of the energies that I hold. So being able to introspect and reflect instead of shame, blaming, guilting, resenting dimensions of our reality, perceiving our reality and saying, hey, I'm an unconditional love master. I'm a principle of correspondence master, as below, so above. Everything in my reality is a projection of the energies that I hold. Ooh, I don't like this universal forces. Ooh, I don't like this most high. Ooh, I don't like this self-limitless potentials. What is this supposed to teach me about myself? Wait for the answers because they will come. And then garner the wisdoms. Oh, this happened because we needed you to understand. We needed the human being. We needed God's creation to understand the oneness of all things. And that irregardless of where your conscious perception of yourself lies, that thing that happened over there that you didn't like, it affected you, right? So irregardless of where your consciousness perception lies, or irregardless of who you think you are, we are all one. So be conscious of the choices you make. Be conscious of the way you show up in reality, and set intentions. Be intentional about how you show up in reality, because how you show up in reality ripples out into existence. Your energy ripples out into existence and affects all things, creates evolution of all things, the oneness of all things, Shekinah, God, the Most High, Elohim, infinite creation. You are a link in the chain of existence, of evolution of all things. And we know through our sciences, mechanics of thermodynamics, principle of conservation, energy is neither created nor destroyed. You are an infinite energy that's been mastered through and beyond space and time. And right now, let's do our ancestors justice, or let's go inside and garner the wisdom from all of the evolution throughout and beyond space and time to show up in our human dharmic purpose. Unconditional love, or the mastery of the fact that all things are one, having compassion for ourselves, for our reality, for existence, to contribute to the evolution of existence, contribute to the Kingdom Things podcast 2033 prophecy, a human culture that understands that we are the creators of our reality. So we've chosen no death, no disease, no war, no famine, world peace, no poverty. I'm going to go ahead and sit back, and we are going to allow the Mayan predecessors, ancient Mayan predecessors, to come on in and, to come on in and channel for us. I have done a lot of healing with the Mayan ancestors, and they asked me to do Haka. They asked me to do Haka right now on camera before the channeling. I knew we were going to do Haka, right? And I've channeled I channeled the ancient ancestors of Teotihuacan, and I'll link this channeling below. And they asked me to do Haka on camera. I was like, I'll just put a video. I was nervous. I was still becoming, and I'm still always becoming more into my limitless nature. That's the journey of existence. We're always only becoming more into our limitless nature. So they asked me to do Haka, and I was like, I was nervous. I was shy. I was coy. I was like, I'm not going to do Haka. The ancient Mayan predecessors like, we do Haka too, because they've been teaching me and helping me grow and evolve like all my life, and now I'm more consciously aware of it. And they were like, because I know that I became aware of it and I channeled it. I'm gonna link it below. I channeled ancient Egyptian deities, as well as information in regards to the pyramids all of our planet. That's not true. Those are two separate. I channeled. It's in the. I'm sorry. I got a little confused. The ancient Egyptian deity channeling is separate from this. What I intend to refer to. I channeled Human Being 2000 Year Reset. In there, I channeled a lot about ancient predecessors, as well as I did a segment. It's all channeled. I did a segment on the pyramids of our planet, right? And that's where I garnered the understanding that the Mayans transcended this realm, or they became an interplanetary colony. You know, in our sciences, we're like, it seems like the Mayans just disappeared overnight, baby. They became an interplanetary colony. So I had this understanding, right? So I'm super excited for them to come in and share about it, channel through myself and share about it. So, but I asked them, I was like, how did y'all do that? How did y'all become an interplanetary colonization? I was like, how do y'all become an interplanetary colonization? They said, we own our beastly nature. We own our yin and yang to become one. And I have the understanding, I through Kingdom Things podcast, I've channeled it much in order to access universal unity consciousness, to become an interplanetary civilization that has colonies all over the solar system, the galaxy, the universe. You have to, whoa. You have to, I just got a divine revelation alert. You have to come into your oneness. We know it as Christ consciousness or unity consciousness. Own your yin and your yang, your left, your right, your dark, your light, your good and your bad. I just got the understanding that the Mayans, they have a colony on Venus. It's in a different dimension of reality than what we've been able to perceive in the past. We're evolving quickly, swiftly. Our consciousness is being evolved. And this is a part of universal ordering that's going on in all of God's creation. Our consciousness is being up-leveled, evolved swiftly to be able to perceive past the dimensions of creation, or the third dimension that we were in our gestational phase, our gestational sac, where we were preparing for this moment. We were preparing to become our dharmic purpose, limitless potentials, unconditional love, compassion masters, and the tangible. The Mayans are like, we have colonies, we have a colony on Venus, and they're like other colonies in the galaxy, as well as the universe that we'll tell y'all about later. They might talk about it. I think they're going to talk about it when they start channeling through myself transcendentally. Whoa, how cool. Let me breathe into this. So I'm going to perform Haka. I'm not a Haka master. I'm going to let, when I did the channeling for the Kingdom Things podcast installment titled The End Times New Beginning Prophetess, in the middle of the transmission, the camera was off, but like the Hindu gurus were channeling through me, and their energies were so powerful. Like I was like, ooh, shoot. And then my soul, I was like, ooh, some ancestors were like, Ashley, do you need to take a break? My soul was like, no, we got this. The Mayans came in, the ancient Mayans came in, they were like, Ashley, do Haka now. You need to do it now. So I just like, and when I felt these energies break off in my spirit and just come out, and tears just started welling up and falling down my face. It was so therapeutically cleansing, spiritually uplifting. I was like, whoa. So I did Haka a couple of days ago. So I'm going to do it now again on camera. The Mayans, interplanetary Venus, colony on Venus, which brings me to, divine revelation. Which brings me to the Kingdom Things podcast, Kardashian prophecy. I have a prophecy that was given by the universes, and it's a mirror of the universal ordering that's going on right now in God's creation. We know it biblically as the uplifting and rejuvenation of all of God's creation. In 10 years, we will be a type 2, type 3 Kardashian scale civilization. We are all masterful, ancient souls incarnated as humans. So as we all start waking up and turning on, we're all, and following our internal guidance, baby, that type 2, type 3, that's going to come real quick. It's extremely fast. And we already have dimensions of our planet that are there, that are here. So truly, we are acclimating with dimensions of our planet. Whoa. Because I'm not going to lie. I'm being a great spokesperson for the universe right now. I'm like, we're gonna do it. Type 2, type 3, 10 years. We got this. Speaking for the universe, the prophecy I was given. I was like, but baby, part of me was like, how we gonna do this though? How we gonna pull it off, baby? How we gonna execute the plan? Whoa. We're in a dense rung of perception of ourselves. You know, when we see saucers and flying aircrafts, UFOs and things, UAPs, UFOs in the sky. Do you know those beings live here on planet Earth? Baby, they just took off and they left their garage. And they flying somewhere else, baby. They just pulled their spaceship up out their garage and they flying somewhere else for the weekend. And they come back to the planet, but they reside in different dimensions and different spaces on the planet that we don't, our consciousness isn't tuned into. The masses consciousness isn't tuned into. But there are sectors in our sciences, our governments that are very aware that we're an interdimensional planet. Interdimensional colony planet. So we're acclimating to the evolution that's always been on our planet, humanity, to reach, achieve, perceive, live, be a type 2, type 3 Kardashian scale civilization planet. Whoa. Divine revelation alert. But we got to get the divine revelation alert. That both of these. Whoa. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and do my Haka, and this is if you want to, we'll do two sets, two times. So I'm gonna perform it first, and then if you're at home and you want to do it along for a therapeutic spiritual cleansing, baby, go ahead and do it. And however you feel to express, respectfully and to honor our innate divinity and cleansing. Whoa. Super cleansing. I paused for a second, and the Galactic Federation were like, hey, we didn't know if you were going to be able to pick up on this, what we were trying to tell you about humanity acclimating to what already is on the planet, the heightened civilizations, heightened conscious awareness that already exists on the planet. We didn't know if you were going to be able to catch this, download this prophecy, this revelation, divine revelation. I said, yes, I caught it. I said, yeah, I caught it. They were like, whoa, shoot. So that lets the universe know that humanity is ready. We're ready to become and remember our oneness with all things. Now, y'all, go ahead and, if you're comfortable, I'm not a doctor or physicist. Do not replace anything that you perceive on Kingdom Things podcast with your doctor's professional medical advice. But if you would like to join along to this next session of Haka that we're about to do in about 10 seconds, go ahead and do it, because baby, it's soul cleansing, palate cleansing. Let's go ahead and do it, y'all. Let's go ahead and do it. Just release, allow yourself to release and not be self-conscious about how you do it, how you show up. Just emote from your heart space, from your gut. 1, 2, ready, and yeah! 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 Oh, deep breath. Ooh. Y'all put in the comments. Let me know how y'all feeling. I hope you feel relieved. I I hope this is a therapeutic modality you can use. You don't even have to go nowhere. You don't have to pay for a session, baby. Just when you get up in the morning, in your bathroom mirror, baby, just release, emote, and then go into meditation and balance and ground your energy, because, baby, that's a lot of energy that comes up. Breathe and ground your energy. And again, do not replace anything that you experience on Kingdom Things Podcast with your professional medical advice. I'm going to go ahead and sit back, and we're going to transcendentally channel the Mayan predecessors. Y'all, this Kingdom Things Podcast is a treat. All of them are, but whoa, this is a treat. I'm going to go ahead and sit back. I'm going to close my eyes, transcendentally channel. Again, transcendentally channeling, I close my eyes and I allow the spaces, beings to utilize my vessel to speak to humanity, to speak in this realm. You're more than welcome to close your eyes to allow any healing, uplifting energies to present themselves and give you divination, divine with you on things, on divine with you to align you with more of your universal, limitless presence. Thank you again for joining Kingdom Things Podcast. Subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. Follow if you're watching on Spotify. Like, share to help proliferate the Kingdom Things Podcast journey to a healed and balanced, awakened, Kardashian scale type 2, type 3 acclimated human culture of planet Earth, masses of the human culture of planet Earth. Thank you again, Mayan predecessors, Galactic Federation, the oneness of all things, the Most High. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, Ashley. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We want Ashley to speak in a tenor as deep of a voice as she can muster up in her beingness to administer this transmission. We are your ancient predecessors that now stem far and wide in the universe. We are your ancient predecessors that have laid the path to allow for the mass awakening of human culture. We are your ancient predecessors whom divined the Mayan calendar to allow humanity to understand that there was and is an expiration date on the lifestyles you've been living for millennia. We are your ancient predecessors whom convened, mastered, and evolved the self alongside the blue man. The blue man is whom you would perceive as extraterrestrial beings. We live lives in the mountains and valleys of what's now known as Mexico, as farers of galactic consciousness, unity consciousness, oneness consciousness. Do not insult the intelligence of my culture, our culture, the culture of the ancient Mayans. We knew what we knew because due to and through our connection with the divine, or the oneness of all things. Yes, we convened with extraterrestrial beings, the blue man, whom assisted with our evolution, taught us, nurtured us, like a babe on the tit of a mother, to remember us into our galactic and unity consciousness. Much like Ashley and many other way showers of your planet have been divinely mandated to do. Share themselves, journey within themselves to turn the lights on within their consciousness and sharing their wisdoms, sharing their love, sharing their presence with the planet. We live lifestyles that one might deem as scandalous, as we explored our yin or our darkness, and we reveled in our yin or our darkness through our sexual orgies, we want to speak about the sexual orgies, Ashley. We reveled in our sexual orgies in a way that we explored the multidimensional nature of the accumulation of the energies that were present throughout and with our sexual orgies. Ashley is uncomfortable in a way that this ideology goes against her own divine mandates and understandings and wisdoms that she would like to lead her own life through and as. None of it is bad. Our preferences and our choices are preferences and choices that allow for texture, variation, evolution. Ashley has the understanding that our energies are sacred. As ancient Mayans have the understanding that our energies are sacred, Ashley wants to reiterate, as her soul wisdoms have set for her to reiterate, there is a specific alchemy in creation or universal ordering, universal alignment that is being achieved right now in creation that has not been seen ever before in creation. We are at a new accumulation point in existence. An accumulation point which calls for the honoring of the sanctity of our hearts, calls, nudges, honoring and dedication to our hearts, calls and nudges, and no longer being overcome by the impulses of our darkness, but rather being inquisitive about the impulses of our darkness, and before we act in the tangible, search within to uncover what the impulses of the darkness are coming to teach the self, in order to allow for a universal alignment, a oneness, harmony, peace, prosperity of all of creation. We Mayans are a bit of a wild civilization, a wayward civilization, in a way that we did not and do not see malice and testing the boundaries of the universe, testing the limitations of the universe, testing the guidance of the universe. Ashley perceives this. She's perceived this with her communications with the Mayan, with our Mayan predecessors, with humanity's Mayan predecessors. When we asked her to do Haka, we crashed her transmission with the Hindu gurus and asked her to do Haka. The universal forces said, not now. And we pressed, we said, no, do it now. The universal forces said, not now. Ashley listened to the universe. And thank you for performing Haka in this transmission. And we guide humanity to try it yourself, if you feel comfortable in doing so, to release the pent-up ancestral energies that are in bondage, ancestral energies that have been in bondage for millennia, to release them from your gut, from your soul, from your DNA, to evolve into more of your limitless potentials. Thank you, Ashley. Oh, thank you, ancient Mayan predecessors. Thank you, ancient Mayan predecessors. I wanted them to speak about Venus. They were like, at the end of the channel, they were like, that's it, that's all we have. I was like, no, speak about Venus. They were like, another time, Ashley. I was like, no, speak now. They were like, another time. I'm like, oh, you so right. I was like, okay, all right, baby, universal ordering. I trust the process. Thank you, ancient Mayan predecessors. I accept the full circle moments, or I accept the understanding that I don't know anything. And however I'm guided to produce, however the Kingdom Things podcasts come out, whatever's transmitted in the podcast, I allow myself to accept the full circle moments and learn and glean why this message came out. Why these messages come out. Why they come out the way they come out. Because it's needed. I have an understanding. The Most High is like, actually trust the process. Everything that's transmitted is needed. The way it's transmitted, when it's transmitted for this process, that the oneness of all things, the harmony and upliftment of all of infinite creation, or God, or the Most High, or Elohim, or Shekinah, trust your piece of the puzzle. Trust your process. Trust your divine alignment. Thank you, ancient Mayan predecessors. I hope there's energies and messages within this transmission that evoke revelation in your spirit to more of your limitless divine wisdoms or chakma, intuitive knowledge, bina, soul remembrance of your oneness with all things. I had the remembrance. I convene in the spirit internally often. And that's what the divine's like. That's the divine human. We're all awakening to our limitless potential, becoming the divine human, or one with the divine. And that's what I channeled it in the podcast, Kingdom Things podcast before. God's like, I don't remember which installment because it's one of the audio amalgamated. So I just remember giving this message from the divine. Our internal environments now awakening, instead of stressing and being depressed and all the things and, running from our internal environment. Our internal environment, our soul is alive. It's a quantum, our souls are quantum resources connected to all things. So awakening our spirit, our soul, instead of our internal environment being stress, depression, anxiety that we're running from, we go to our internal environment to answer, to learn about ourselves, to have questions answered, to have guidance administered. So I'm living my life, and this morning it came up. My internal environment, my soul, my spirit was like, I was convening about how I've been celibate since 2018 because I was guided to go celibate in 2018. I was really guided to wait till marriage to have sex. But the divine was like, I needed you to experience the 3 sexual partners that you had. Because once I walked you into remembering your divine presence for the divine mandate over your life or your dharmic purpose, you would not know what you were doing because you would have no experience in these energies of passion, human nature. And passion is the human energies. The imbalance of human energies amplified is what passion truly is. Is what passion truly is. Is the imbalance of human nature amplified. Because when you're in balance, even when you want to feel passionate and all the things, you feel peace. In your joy, you feel peace. You feel balance. You feel well. Whenever we're like, yay! It's really an imbalance, truly. And we're always where we are when we are there for our growth and evolution. So no guns allowed. No guns allowed, meaning we don't judge ourselves or each other. I've been working on mastering how I emote energy and how I utilize energy. Because it's understanding that these energies that we feel, those are our ancestors. Those are our ancestral forces. So instead of just being conscious in the way we expend our ancestral forces, like meeting them internally and uplifting them. Being guided to speak on rage. Rage, pent-up aggression, is a lack of emoting energy, expressing energy. So however you feel, in your every moment, however you feel to emote or express, do that. Do this. Do that. Do this. Do that. Do this. Do that. Do this. I'm working on allowing myself to express more outwardly. I go inward a lot, and I transmute and I garner the wisdoms. And I do. Whoa, I do emote because I sing, I create music. Full circle moment. I'm convening, we're having a powwow session right now. We're convening with spirit and learning about ourselves. I create music, so that's how I express emote. Ashley-Nicole music is available to stream on YouTube, link below. I can't convene in the spirit, and I uplift the ancestral forces, the energies of the oneness of all things, and I garner wisdoms, and I channel these wisdoms and energies into the music. I actually record my music production sessions, now streaming on the channel as well. I hope there's energies, genres, songs that help you align with more of your limitless potentials, and nature wisdoms that help you align with lyrics, to help you align with more of your infinite potentials and wisdoms. I'm also an author. I authored the Unconditional Love Literature Parcel. This is a part of my spiritual awakening journey. And I'm glad I get to share with the world as we all awaken. The first two parts of the Unconditional Love Literature Parcel are Asia's story. Asia is a teenage girl growing up in the New York City foster care system. She's catalyzed onto her spiritual awakening journey when she meets her twin flame Chase in the hallway of her school, Manhattan Prep. She goes through a lot of existential crises, which assists her with awakening to more of her limitless nature and projecting, as well as projecting, emoting, or creating a reality that reflects her limitless nature. The third part of the Unconditional Love Literature Parcel is My Other Half. My Other Half is a twin flame divine counterpart journey back home to the divine inside, or your authentic frequency. One soul, two bodies, many lifetimes. They know they're supposed to co-create a love and a life together. The consciousness evolutionary status of planet Earth during these lifetimes said that their love can't work. They will co-create a love and a life together. Which love, which life, under which circumstance, the book is prophetic. The Unconditional Love Literature Parcel is available to purchase in the Amazon bookstore, physical as well as digital copies. If you're doing physical copies, the first two parts, Asia's story, is in one binding. And then the third part, My Other Half, is in its own binding. So 2 bindings, all 3 stories. If you're doing digital, all 3 stories are in separate downloads. $29.97 plus tax for all digital, all 3 digital. $29.98 plus tax for all 3 stories and 2 bindings if you're doing physical copies. I'm also a home cook. I love to cook. Magic Meals with Ashley-Nicole Phillips is available to stream on YouTube. Whatever the ancestral forces or the self or the oneness of all things tells me to put in the pot, the pan, the baking dish. This is what we put in the pot, the pan, the baking dish. We go to the grocery store. We get divine revelations. We learn new things. We laugh. We joke. We kiki. We have a good time. We cook. Magic Meals with Ashley-Nicole Phillips is available to stream on YouTube. Other really cool content over there as well. We do Let Me See Your Plates. It's like a mukbang. I eat and I talk about whatever spirit puts on my heart to speak about. Now, Let Me See Your Plate, Magic Meals with Ashley. Let Me See Your Plate is now streaming Magic Meals with Ashley-Nicole Phillips on YouTube, link below. We talked about my music, Ashley-Nicole Music. I have vlogs, production sessions of my music videos over there that are help our soul activating. Help you align with more of your limitless potential, universally ordained. We also have Oneness Connection, Energetic Upliftment. We have Powwow sessions for the masses. Powwow sessions are where I channel energies and messages from the oneness of all things, galactic ancestries, to help us break through limiting old human paradigms, belief systems that don't serve our galactic consciousness or oneness consciousness, or we no longer need them. We no longer need these limiting thought patterns and energies, breaking through karmic knots and all the things. Oneness Connection, Energetic Upliftment is available to stream on YouTube, link below, for free. It's linked below. I also do take personal powwow sessions, a limited amount of powwow sessions. I don't want to overdo my workload because I do got a lot going on. First come, first serve with the bookings. Powwow sessions, dissertation style. I type up energies and messages. I channel energies and messages in which the oneness of all things or your authentic frequency wants you to experience in order to break through karmic knots, limiting beliefs, to align you with more of your limitless nature, remembrance, activation of soul gifts, divine wisdoms, to journey your reality as more of your limitless embodiment of self, energies of self, expression of self. Lastly, but certainly not least, I want to invite you to come take part in Asia's Story, the animated series. I channel a lot of Asia's Story, the animated series stems from the Unconditional Love Literature Parcel universe. I channel a lot of my interdimensional experiences that I have conscious awareness of. I channel them into Asia's Story, the animated series. Now streaming on YouTube for free. Link below. My author's channel. My author's channel, AP Short Stories on YouTube, link below. I love you. Love on yourself. Self-love is, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm going through an energetic upgrade right now as we speak. So there's a lot of energies moving through my body. So if my inflections are like wonky, this is why. We're gonna truck through this. We're gonna close this episode out, installment out strong. I love you. Love on yourself. Self-love is the best love because you have to love yourself in the way in which you want your reality to love you back. Self-love is the best love because you are love and your true truths. Give that love to yourself first. Self-love is the best love. Self-love is the best love because it helps you perceive, embody, and be more of your limitless nature. Universally aligned, universally assigned. I'm going to see y'all later. Bye.
My name is Asya, and I'm a teenage witch. Just kidding. I am a starseed. My story is much like humanity's story. I awakened to some pretty spectacular things about myself. Coming home, the story of Asya, followed by the story of Asya, I'm home. The book series that introduces the book. After returning from the day's trip, I have read my Atum's letter. He speaks of my father releasing him from imprisonment and the fate of death. He pleads for us to run away together. This plea is one of which I am in no state to decline. My other half, available in the Amazon bookstore. I feel as though I was born here on earth to find you. I was created to find my person. The Unconditional Love Literature Parcel, now available in the Amazon bookstore.
Divine woman, I kiss it tastes like free.